Banger after banger.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Bigger Chris back at you with another one. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, give me a thumbs up, ring the notification bell, hit me up on Twitter, TikTok, the community post, man. You already know the vibes, and I'm back at you with your Smackdown review. And you know, getting caught up from last week, I didn't give you a Smackdown review last week, but getting caught up, Roman Reigns return. He beat up Randy, AJ Styles, and LA Knight. This led to a fatal four-way match being announced for the Royal Rumble. The Author of Pains are back. You know, all types of vibes are back. We're back in good spirits. We're back on SmackDown, and we're kicking off this episode of SmackDown with the most anticipated match of the year, of the decade, of the century. Grayson Waller versus Cameron Grimes. Oh, my bad, never mind, that match didn't take place. The Bloodline came out and beat up Cameron Grimes. Oh, who cares? It is what it is. The Grayson Waller ends up leaving there because he wants no parts of the Bloodline. And you know, Paul Heyman's on the microphone. He's talking trash like he always does, and how he does so well. He's saying that Jimmy and Solo are not the bad guys. Roman Reigns is not the bad guy. The bad guy in this situation is Nick Aldis for, you know, going up against the Tribal Chief, trying to show that he's bigger than his britches are, making the fatal four-way at the Royal Rumble. Nick Aldis, of course, like he's a G, man. Like, he does not care about none of this. He's saying, listen, tonight is going to be a 6-man tag team match. The team of Randy Orton, AJ Styles, and LA Knight will take on the Bloodline. Of course, Roman Reigns isn't there, so now the big story is the Bloodline have to find a third person to be their tag team partner. And that's the whole thing, you know. Paul Heyman, he's asking everybody. He's asking Carlito. He's asking Bobby Lashley. He even tried, you know, asking Pretty Deadly, yes boy, if they will be a part of the team. And you know, nobody wants no parts of the Bloodline. The Bloodline have been reigning terror on the WWE universe for years, and nobody wants no parts of this. There's no Sami Zayn. There's no Honorary Uce this time. There's no Jay. So they got to figure this thing out. So we'll find out who, if there is a third partner for the Bloodline in the main event. As far as the rest of the show goes, we have the LWO taking on Angel and Alberto. And this was a dope match, man. It's good to see Angel and Alberto back on the main roster. It's cool to see them linked up with Santos Escobar. And you know, they're looking pretty badass. This was a fun match. A whole bunch of lucha libre, a whole bunch of flippy stuff going on. You had Santos on commentary, and out of nowhere, Carlito came out, and you know, he said he wants Santos, and they started fighting. You know, they fight to the crowd. Angel and Humberto still ended up winning the match. You know, good for them. So we go to the backstage area. We see Nick Aldis talking to Carmelo Hayes, and he's back on SmackDown. And Carmelo's looking like he wants to get, you know, a shot at the Royal Rumble. But before he can really ask Nick Aldis for this opportunity, you see Grayson Waller and Austin Theory come in, and you know, they're talking trash. And Carmelo doesn't take too kindly to this. He says, "Listen, man, I want a piece of Austin Theory, man. I want to show that Melo don't miss." And Austin Theory is indeed A-Town down bad. What a dope line. And this led to the match later in the show, you know. And for what it was worth, up until a certain point, man, Austin Theory and Carmelo Hayes were cooking. Carmelo was, you know, showing off what he is made of. And the crowd is really behind him, and that's really encouraging to see. However, this match was cut short, man. They didn't really get to finish the match. Austin Theory went for that springboard Spanish fly that he does, and 9 times out of 10 he hits it clean as a whistle. But on this occasion, you know, Austin Theory kind of landed on his head, and the referee ended up stopping the match. So, you know, prayers up for Austin Theory as well as Carmelo Hayes. Hopefully they're both okay. Hopefully nothing too serious, you know. So a very unfortunate situation, but hopefully these two guys are okay. We see Logan Paul. He's doing a pre-tape segment. He's talking trash about his Royal Rumble opponent, Kevin Owens. And Kevin Owens has a response. He has a rebuttal. He says, listen, face to face next week, Logan Paul, Kevin Owens, Kevin Owens show. So it's always cool to see the Kevin Owens show back. Even though we have like 10 million of these talk shows on WWE television. We got a pretty cool pre-tape segment from Tyler Bate and Butch. And you know, Tyler Bate's like, listen man, we should link up. We should bring back British Strong Style. Me and you, we should run the tag team division. We should get a shot of those tag team titles. And Butch is like, man, I'm not feeling that. You know, that was a one-time thing. You know, I just like beating up Pretty Deadly, but you know, I just want to do my own thing. And Tyler Bate's like, listen man, that's cool and all, little bro, but you know, you need to start showing the WWE universe who you are. You need to, you know, remind them who you are. And it's looking like we're getting a possible return of Pete Dunne. Like, it's looking like they're dropping the Butch character, which I'm kind of sad about, you know, because I like Butch. You know, even though people like were making a big fuss about it, it's a name. It's pretty much Pete Dunne with just a different name. So it's looking like Pete Dunne is back. British Strong Style is back. So we'll see where this leads. If they are, you know, going to be a team going forward. And, you know, the big elephant in the room is, where does this leave Sheamus? Because the reports are saying he's coming back from his injury pretty soon. Pete Dunne is not not going to be Butch anymore. Rich Holland is on NXT. So where does this leave Sheamus? You know, only time will tell. But you know, that's another story for another day. On this day, I see clearly, and I also see Bianca Belair taking on Bayley. And you know, anytime these two link up, they always have great chemistry. The match is always on point. Bayley came out with Damage Control. And the thing with Bayley and Damage Control, it seemed like everything was pretty cool so far, you know. Shit was looking pretty sweet. But this week, it's kind of looking like we're going back to, you know, Bayley getting dropped by Damage Control. You know what I mean? Because there was one point during the match where Bayley faked a knee injury. She tossed Bianca Belair to the outside, and she was trying to get Damage Control to beat up Bianca. And they didn't do anything, you know. Io, Asuka, and Kyrie, they were just looking like, nah, you got a big dog. And Bayley's like, yo, beat her, hit her, do something. I'm like, nope. So Bianca ended up getting the win. And Bayley's looking like confused. She's looking like devastated and distraught. Like, yo, man, what the fuck? She's even asking them backstage. She's talking to Dakota Kai. She's like, listen, man, we're not on the same page. What's going on? And Dakota, a lot of people are saying she's gaslighting, and I kind of agree. Because Dakota was like, listen, we believe in you, Bayley. We just wanted you to do this on your own. The same way you're going to win the Royal Rumble on your own. You're going to challenge Rhea Ripley. You don't want no parts of Io Sky. And it's looking like a whole bunch of gaslighters going on. The Joshis, they're not feeling her at all. So it's looking like we're back on track with this whole Bayley face turn and her getting dropped by Damage Control. So who knows when this happens, but I don't know, man. I'm here for it, though. I'm here for a Bayley face turn. So it's time for some street business. We got the almighty Bobby Lashley coming out with the Street Profits. And they're all businessmen. They're not in the mood for no jokes. They're not in the mood for no games. They're calling out Karrion Kross, the Authors of Pain. They want some revenge, man. They want to get their hands on somebody. And, you know, Paul Ellering comes out. He points at the screen. And you see the Authors of Pain and Karrion Kross, you know, they're on the screen. They're talking trash and making words and whatever. And the name of their group is the Final Testament, which is pretty badass. Like, I can't even lie to you. And speaking of new group names, it appears that the Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits name is the Pride. So it's going to be the Pride versus the Final Testament. So whenever they get their hands on each other, again, I don't know. Because, you know, you do have the Royal Rumble coming out. So I'm assuming it's going to be after the Royal Rumble sometime. So it's going to be pretty cool. Like, it looks like WWE's finally locked in on the fact that Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits are faces, and nobody is going to boo these men ever, never, ever, never, never, ever, ever, ever. Now, this leads us to our main event. You know, the 6-man tag. Jimmy is asking Paul Heyman, like, who's it going to be? Who's going to be the third man that joins up with the Bloodline? And Paul Heyman, everyone's projected this man, so he's trying to spin it like, nobody's worthy of the team with the Bloodline. I believe in Jimmy. I believe in Solo. And Jimmy's like, I'm worried. Who's like, we're facing Randy Orton, LA Knight, and AJ Styles, and like, he's worried. Solo Sikoa, on the other hand, is not worried. He's like, I ain't worried. And, you know, Jimmy switches his tune up. He's like, well, if Solo ain't worried, I'm not worried. No yeet. So this leads us to our main event. Randy Orton makes his way out to the ring first, and he's attacked by the Bloodline. He gets thumbed in the throat by Solo Sikoa. So that's the reason why Solo wasn't worried. He's like, look, if I take out Randy, it's just going to leave it to be a 2-on-2 straight up tag team match. And that's what it was for a good majority of the show, the good majority of the main event, good majority of the match. Unfortunately, I got some bad news. Randy Orton came back. He pulled up, he started, hitting power slams and DDTs and RKOs, and the faces won. Randy and LA Knight and AJ Styles won. And it was also announced that next week is going to be a contract signing. All 4 men will be involved. Roman Reigns returns. Get the graphic ready. And then after the match, the 3 faces attack the Bloodline. They're beating up, they're beating up Solo. They put him through a table. They beat up Jimmy. So of course, Roman Reigns is not going to be happy about this. Paul Heyman is gone on the phone. He's crying. He's like, "Yo, call Roman Reigns." He's trying to break the news to the tribal chief. So yeah, pretty interesting episode of SmackDown. Not too much happened. It was fun. Pretty cool grabs going on. But with that being said, guys, let me know your thoughts on this episode of SmackDown in the comment section below. Of course, as always, like, comment, and subscribe. You guys take care. You guys be easy. I'm out. Peace.